Hi guys, welcome back here on my channel. I am Tyrone Sasha and you're watching String Machine. Yeah! Today I have something super exciting for you guys. I've been the other weekend, last weekend actually, I've been in London visiting my super good buddy Crimson Le Diable. And Crimson is a pedal guy. He's a real good pedal guy. He knows everything about pedals, about powering them, about playing them, about the ins and outs, everything. So I could convince him to make a shootout between some of his favorite distortion preamp overdrive pedals, and this is what I'm going to present to you right now, and I hope you enjoy it and you'll find a lot of useful information with it. I'm here with Crimson Le Diable in his home in lovely town of London, and he's a real pedal guy. And so he's trying to convince me today that pedal is the way to go, because I am a typical plug-in digital player, and so he has something prepared for me, for us, and yeah, let's give it a go. Let's have a look. Crimson, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so basically we've got an ES8 setup. Boss is an effect switching system basically. So it can do a lot of stuff, but for now, for all intents and purposes today, we are using it to jump from one pedal to the next without having to put them in a chain and have a signal. You want to have a clean signal basically. So, and we didn't want to unplug it. So basically that's why we use the ES8 to switch between the different pedals. So the way it's set up is we go from the guitar into the ES8. In loop number 1, we have the Hybrid Fuzz from Screddy pedals. In loop number 2, we've got the Andy Timmons Angry Charly Plus. And then in loop number 3, we have the BeOD. Loop number 4, we've got the Rev G3. Loop number 5, we've got Diezel's own VH4 pedal. In loop number 6, we've got Mr. Black's vintage ensemble chorus of the, especially on the insistence from Tyrone Sasha. And in loop number 7, we've got a TC flashback number 2. Now, the plan is that we, then from the out of the ES8, we go into this just box standard like custom amp. They don't make them anymore, but it's a lovely small bedroom kind of amp basically, just to give us a clean sound. So this is clean. This is our clean platform. Yeah, and that's it basically. Right. Let's just dive right in.
Okay.
Basically, and let me show you. So we're gonna swap places. I'm
plugged in at the moment, right?
You're plugged in, yeah.
So that's a clean tone of the amp, right?
That's the clean tone of the. He's playing the. Just move here.
I should move a little bit.
So.
Into the light.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay.
So, he's playing
Harley Benton.
He's playing a Harley Benton. He's playing Harley Benton. And he's playing a custom amp, which is a small combo with a very neutral sound. So that's the clean sound.
It's really, I love that amp. They're not available anymore, you said,
No,
right?
no. So let's move to the Hybrid Fuzz.
That's the Fuzz?
That's the Hybrid Fuzz from Screddy pedals. It's
Pedals.
my all-time favorite. It's like a Swiss Army knife for me.
Okay.
I did a video about this, so let's just try it.
That sounds nice actually, but it doesn't really sound like what I would expect from a fast though.
Yeah, that's why it's called a Hybrid Fuzz.
Oh,
it's a Hybrid Fuzz. So it's got one of the cool thing about it is that you have volume fuzz, but you've got a tightness knob as well on here, and you've got a presence knob, and you've got the mid boost, and the mid boost is adding a lot of like gain mids to the already saturated sound. It's already like, which leads us to the second pedal, is like he's boosting actually the fuzz pedal with some mids on the input side of things.
Okay.
And the tightness is just keeping the low end tight, because you know fuzzes tend to be like low end, like gives you like really that low end growl basically, or sound very, very thin. The presence knob is actually there just to give it a little bit more flexibility when you play like when you play a transistor amp, or you play like a tube amp which has got like a bright cap in it and stuff, and that is really cool. But everything is handmade. And I'm telling you, it's the nicest pedal. Try now, do me a favor, try now, and just clean up the guitar. I'll just give you it, and then. Why did I ask you to do that? It's just do that again and just try to notice that the high end. Just listen to the high end basically.
All right.
Just do some arpeggiated chords basically.
All right. Nice. Yeah.
Solo. So that was the Hybrid Fuzz from Screddy Pedals. It's my all-time favorite overdrive fuzz. It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Very nice sounding.
You can even use it as a booster if you put the fuzz completely down and you use only the volume and the tightness and the presence and a mid boost basically. So it acts as a mid booster, which is really cool. Okay, we're gonna move on. Why is it my favorite pedal? Because it's not only that versatile, but the quality of the sound of it basically is just, you roll off and it reacts like an amp. You keep the high end.
Yeah, I noticed that. It even gets a bit more shinier actually. I really like that one.
It's really cool. So we're gonna play the Angry Charly. Okay, let's try this one.
Right. That sounds pretty ampy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty ampy as well, yeah. And so the Angry Charly, the Andy Timmons Plus, basically, is based on the Angry Charly from JHS. What I like about this pedal is that it's very versatile in terms of compression. It's got like a 3-way compression switch to give you like the headroom. I call it the headroom switch. It's like 50 watts, 25, and 100 watts. So if I switch now to the 100 watts, it's gonna get louder. You're gonna get less gain. Play some. Give us some.
Oh yeah.
So that's 100 watts.
Yeah.
That's,
okay.
That's 50 watts. A little bit more compression, more gain. And if you want the Andy Timmons, that's 25 watts. So it compresses really fast and gives you.
Okay.
Play.
Play more?
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, so basically what all it is just like...
Can I quickly interrupt you? Because what was that now? Was I playing the 100 watt, the 50 or the 25?
You were playing the 25.
The 25.
That's the maximum compression and the maximum gain,
okay.
Even though I get the gain backed off. And that's why I like, because it's like, it acts like a compression pedal.
Yeah.
So it gives you like more
super
touch
cool
response.
Yeah,
basically.
Love it.
But you've got a lot more gas left in the tank, basically, because we haven't even touched the boost.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's a blue one.
That
here.
was without the boost. So
okay.
let's just try that, and then just play some, and I'll give you a little
clean
boost.
now,
Yeah,
right?
that's clean. Yeah.
Oh, it's getting crunchy. Yeah. Right.
So all it is, this boost is actually acting like a tube screamer.
Okay. So it rolls off the bass a little bit.
It rolls off the bass and tightens up. I wouldn't necessarily rolls off the bass. It cleans up the frequencies, basically. It's like a low pass filter, if you know, a low and high pass filter.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of rock guys use, you know, either distortion pedals or a tube screamer, basically, just to give you that extra, you know, mid boost and to clean up the frequencies, because otherwise it sounds pretty flubby. So that is pretty cool as well, because you can use it independently. So let's just say you're at a gig and somebody gives you a jazz chorus and you need to play a rock gig. Yeah, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to use the Angry Charly, or use like, or for instance, they give you a very nice Soldano, but you need that little extra push just to get the amp over the edge, basically, just to push the amp a little bit harder. You can use that. I
wouldn't try that with a jazz chorus, though.
No. But we're talking about like a Soldano or any kind of like crunch amp, and that works perfectly fine. It works like a real charm. Yeah. So basically, it's just.
So you can combine those. So you can.
Yeah, you can combine.
You can combine the Angry Charly circuit with the boost, so you can it boosts itself.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's try that. Okay. So let me just go back to. I'll give you a little bit less gain for you. Just play.
Absolutely, that cleans up.
Now roll the volume down.
Yeah?
Roll the volume down and see how you're You see how the top end goes down as well?
Yep.
That doesn't, the Hybrid Fuzz doesn't do that. The Hybrid Fuzz stays. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
I would like to check something.
Sure.
So can we go on the 100 watt version?
Sure, but I
need to put the volume down, huh?
Yeah, the 100 watt is always
in the middle.
It's
okay.
in the middle, yes.
Right. I like that tone. That's pretty gnarly, pretty growly.
Yeah.
So if I boost that one now.
Yep.
Okay. Can you give me some echo, some delay?
Yes, I'll give you some sugar, baby.
Yes. Okay, let's try with a single coil with a split. That sounds pretty cool. Can I? Yeah, exactly. Without the boost now. Okay. This was with the boost. Let's try it without. Ah, here we go. nice crunch. Yeah. Wow, now this is awesome. I love that one. So you basically have, with one pedal, you basically have,
2 channels.
no, you have 3 channels. You have off, that be your amp clean.
Yep.
Then you have a very nice crunch that with the sound of a typical power amp clipping kind of
The
thing.
power
It's
amp
awesome.
clipping, which was on 100 watts.
Yeah.
25 watts more saturation.
Yeah, yeah.
50 watts less saturation, basically.
Yeah.
So that's
Cool.
That's,
And then you have,
and then you've got an
you can
independent
boost it
boosted.
and for your lead, and one pedal makes basically a 3-channel setup.
Yep.
That's super cool. I love that. That's wow. That's wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I love the tone of it, and then you can still choose between the different output sections. Actually, you have a 100-watt output section, you have a 50-watt output section, and you have a
Saturation, basically.
25
You
watt.
compensate.
Yeah.
You compensate. It's like a variac.
Awesome.
You compensate that with a volume, basically. You know, otherwise you got a volume drop, and then you need to compensate.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
okay,
volume.
yeah. I understand. Yeah,
And the
okay,
great
that's
thing
good.
is that pedal, if you don't need the distortion from it, you can still use the boost on its own.
On its own, yeah.
To boost like a real amp or anything like that, or maybe you plug in with
Okay,
you know,
that'd be channel 4,
yeah,
so to say. Yeah,
something like that.
awesome.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome. I mean,
So, but this is the specific Andy Timmons version, Andy Timmons Plus.
yes, that's the Andy
Because
Timmons
there's a few
Plus.
versions.
There are 3 versions out there. There is
Okay.
this one, the Andy Timmons Plus. There is the Andy Timmons, which has got exactly the same circuit with the compression control, well, the variac controls on it,
Yep.
25,
Okay.
50, 100 watts, but it's without the boost. Yeah.
Right.
And
No.
there is one Angry Charly out there, basically, which has got like a 3-band active EQ on it. So it's got mids, bass, and treble on it. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, for me, there are 2 pedals which are, well, I've got 3 of those. I've got the Andy Timmons Plus, that is my pedal. The Andy Timmons on its own, which is pretty cool as well. And I've got the Angry Charly, the first version, which is the little brown box with the red knobs on
Oh
it.
yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, yeah.
That one
Many
is
people play that. I
really-
love this. It also sounds nice.
It's like, you know, I don't like the latest Angry Charly version. I didn't get along with it. I didn't get on with it.
Okay.
But you know, that's a matter of personal taste. Right? Shall we move on?
Yeah,
to,
let's
to
move
another
on.
one?
Now the famous the BeOD. I've never played that one actually.
So let's move on
No,
to
that's
the
not
BeOD.
true, but I've never really evaluated about it. So I played it in the session last night or the night before, briefly. It has an amazing tone, but let's get a bit more in detail about it.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, the BeOD Friedman is based on the BeOD. So let's just go to that. Yeah, okay.
All right, so all full on.
Okay.
Shall we do it again?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, good. Yep. So what are you doing?
So I'm just messing around. So this pedal's got like so this pedal's got 6 controls. It's got the volume, gain, tight, bass, treble, and presence. The interaction between the dials is very important as well, and that's very unique. The tightness takes away like the flubbiness of the amp. That tightens up the frequencies. Volume is volume, gain is gain. Presence is giving you like not only presence but a lot more highs to it basically.
Okay, let me play and you put the presence in.
Okay, fine. Okay, just this one. Yep. I'm switching over to the treble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, okay, that's what the, yeah, it's treble. I like the presence more,
Yeah.
to be honest, because the presence actually gives a nice top, high end
Yeah.
without being harsh.
Yeah.
Which is with the treble, usually if you overdo it,
Yeah.
it gets a little bit harsh.
Most players, when they use the BeOD, like like P4, I mean, they got the treble nearly off like this.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got a presence completely in
Yeah,
like
I
that.
tend to do that. Also, but that's with an amp as well, right?
Yeah.
Because I tend to do that in amp as well. It's like the treble, I barely have treble more than 12, and but I have the presence relatively high in usually for the most part. And when I'm playing amps, it depends on the amp, of course, but usually that's where you start, and then you fine tune.
The gain is usually at half because it's really like they call it a one-trick pony. I mean, they're not far. I mean, I don't tend to disagree with that because it is a one-trick pony, but what a pony it is!
It's an amazing pony.
Yeah, it's just like the fastest horse at the stables, basically.
Yeah.
But it's really cool that you have such a small pedal, and I used it live once at a gig, and it was like really awesome. You know, I plugged that one straight into the Power Stage 170 from Seymour Duncan, and sound guy was asking, "Well, haven't you brought your amp?" I said, "Yeah, well, that's it basically," and it just plugged everything in, and I was like, "Wow." Sound was there immediately. So it's very versatile. I would not necessarily call it like just a distortion pedal. I'd call it a preamp because it's and a drive pedal. You know, it gives you like that amp kind of sound. If you know your Friedman BeODs, the BE100, so that's pretty cool.
That's basically the one channel of the amp. I'd like to. Yeah, okay. This is good. This is sound that I like. I like it a bit muffled. Let's see if we. Okay, it's got nice note definition. Okay.
But I can make it more flubby. Just try that.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Make it tighter. Stop. Stay here. Yeah. About 2 o'clock. Yeah, that's it. For a good solo tone.
So,
do you want to move on?
yeah, I'm moving
Okay.
on. Now we're playing the Rev G3. Rev has been a company. It's a fairly recent company. They have been around like maybe less than 10 years. I could be wrong, but they've that Canadian company, really boutique kind of. But affordable amps, valve amps, and they recently joined last year they recently joined the Pedal family. They put like their famous amp in a box kind of, and that's where the G3 comes from. And in the meantime, the G4 has been released as well, which has got a lot more gain. But the G3, I instantly fell in love with that because that's like a pedal. It's a set and forget pedal.
It's, again, like this is a. It's basically an amp that it's
preamp.
or preamp or channel strip or channel of one amp and put in a pedal.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And it's got like.
I've seen that before, and I've seen other YouTube videos and about it, and to me it sounds a little bit cold. but I think that's the also the amps. When I see the amp reviews of the Rev, they're maybe a little bit more vintage minded there. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know what you mean, but the Rev amps have been specifically designed to do that genty metal kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it seemed to be.
But
probably
they've got
the
other
wrong
amps.
guitar now, because it's probably should have brought a 7-string then. But anyway.
Well, not exactly. I mean, it is one of my favorite pedals. I know I'm saying that about all the pedals that I got here, but these are all 5 of my all-time favorite pedals. The Rev G3 is giving you that nice attack, and it gives you. You can't really cheat with that. It's not like with the BeOD where you got a nice tight sound and you got a lot of gain, and where you can do like a lot of hammer on and pulls off and get away with it. This one, you really have to dig in.
Okay.
And that's really what I like.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right.
Okay. It's a bit harsh, but it sounds, let's say, modern. To me, to my ears, sorry guys.
Yeah,
it sounds harsh, but I recognize it as a modern tone.
This was now the cool thing about it. You got 3 channels on this pedal. You've got the blue channel, which is a bit booster.
Yeah.
You got the off channel, which is like the classic one. So try that one for change. So.
Well, that's actually quite a nice crunch. Okay.
So that's the off position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what is the blue channel?
What's the blue channel exactly? Like low gain or crunch?
No, it's a bit more gain to it, basically.
Okay.
Now you can play lead. I'm going to switch you to the red one. This is the red one.
Okay.
So basically, you got like a very. The thing is, which what strikes me.
It's very dynamic, I have to say, and it's very. No, it's not really bright, but
it can be bright if you want to.
Yeah, it's a screamer. it's a real tube screamer, so to say. Yeah, okay, now it's you put the treble out a little bit, but it's still like, no, it's cool, leave it. You know.
Yeah.
It's really like. Okay.
So that's the really cool thing. Okay, moving on to the next one.
You know, in the meantime, Mom, there's like Iron Maiden coffee.
I'll have some Pantera coffee.
Pantera coffee. Which one's better? I think Iron Maiden coffee is the way to go.
I prefer my Pantera coffee, actually. It's both the same coffee as you said.
Exactly.
So, moving on to the Diezel VH4. Now, this pedal is... They really knocked it out of the park. Because if you know your Diezel VH4, it's based on the 3rd channel. and it's
The
just
high
amazing.
gain, the high gain channel.
Yeah, it's the third channel of the Diezel VH4,
Oh.
and yeah.
Because the VH4 has 4 channels.
Yeah, I know, but it's
the fourth
you know,
is the
most
insane.
popular channel is the third one, basically.
Okay.
That's like with the rectifier, it wouldn't be the red one, the red channel. It would be the amber channel, which is a bit more less gainy, but more ballsy, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So they based the pedal off of that, and the cool thing about this pedal is that why doesn't it switch on now? Okay, now it switches on. Cool thing about this pedal is that you can use it. Actually, it's got 2 outs. It's got one to play into a guitar amp, a preamp, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's got the power amp out. So basically, you can plug it into a power amp. Yeah. But the only downside is that you're gonna have to have it switched on all the time if you play with a power amp. If you switch it off, you don't have any signal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if you want to use it as a conventional pedal like we do right now, I go from the guitar amp, out to guitar amp. Yeah.
Okay.
So that when I switch it off, so there you go. Now you can see. So let's try that. Okay, hang on a minute. Which one is that? That's number 4. Let's try number 6. Yeah, try that.
Okay. Okay. That yeah, sounds like. Well, there's the gain now at the moment.
The gain is almost at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Can you give me full gain? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, well, I have lower output pickups here.
Yeah,
so
but that's no problem.
If
that
you have
means,
higher output.
Yeah, if you got higher output, then probably that.
You want to boost it now with the Angry Charly?
Now I'm gonna boost it with the Angry Charly. This is exactly what I'm gonna do. Just play.
Nice. Can we just do that for a little bit? I play and you switch to different pedals.
Okay, would you?
Because then you can compare the different sounds of them.
Okay, let's start with this one. Yeah. So which one? Oh yeah, hang on. So yeah. Okay. So just play.
Yeah. Which one do we start with? Let's start with all the round that we just talked about, right?
Yeah. Let's do
so for you guys, we start with the Hybrid Fuzz.
Hybrid Fuzz, Andy Timmons Plus.
Yeah. Friedman.
Rev G3.
Yep.
And then the Diezel VH4.
And then the Diezel.
With I'm switching in and out the chorus, the Mr. Black chorus, and then with a flashback in the TC. So let's start.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on. is that?
That's the Rev G3.
And
That's the Diezel. That's the Hybrid Fuzz. That's the Friedman. That's the Angry Charly. That's the Rev G3. Diezel. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you had very subtle differences. For me, the most...
They were pretty big.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well, yeah, well, it depends on the settings that you do as well. I mean, you've got your settings, I've got mine. It's just like... remember that I say subtle differences referring to... Let's just suppose I'd be right-handed, which I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'll be playing through your guitar with your settings.
You will sound like you. That's
exactly. That's what I'm saying, and that's why that's why you've got so many knobs to twiddle with, basically, just to find.
No, but the different pedals really had a different tone. You
yes, they had a
absolutely tell that. But I think it's also about they have different concepts. You know, I did like the fuzz as well.
Oh, that one is my favorite.
Yeah, but you cannot compare the fuzz really with the Friedman because it aims at something completely different.
Exactly. Yeah. The pedal of the day for me is like I'm torn between the Hybrid Fuzz and the G3. Even though I like the Angry Charly, the Friedman the Friedman will always remain in my collection because it's that classic BeOD sound that you really love, and you don't, and the Diezel VH4 is great as well, but I would only play it with high gain, hotter pickups, if you know what I mean, not necessarily, or boost it with a cheap screamer. Yeah, that's what you tend to do. But really, the device of the day is a Boss ES8 for me. I mean, come on, let's just face it. Without that, we'd be pretty, it wouldn't be a really fair representation, basically, of all the pedals. But as far as drive pedals is concerned, these, the Andy Timmons Plus. But for me, if it was a desert island, it would be the
desert island.
Hybrid Fuzz.
Yeah?
Hybrid Fuzz.
Okay.
Screddy Pedals Hybrid Fuzz.
For me, I was actually pleasantly surprised about the Rev. The Rev had a very nice bite to it when you dialed it. I think the Rev is a dangerous pedal. If you don't really know what you're doing, or you can dial in some pretty nasty tones. So it has a lot of range in frequency possible in the Rev. So you really have to tweak it carefully. But if you get the settings right, there were some really nice lead tones. I would probably consider that every now and again if I want to have a really bitey and screaming and aggressive lead tone. I would probably consider having the Rev around. That was a nice surprise. The Hybrid Fuzz, I would actually try to get that clean. I would probably get one of that and then just take the gain out completely and just try to get it as clean as possible. I really love the clean.
But that's the charm of it. It cleans up when you roll the guitar volume down. And in fact, I had that trick from Andy Timmons. Andy Timmons actually plays Robert Keeley modified blues driver, and he uses that as a clean sound, basically. So he rolls down his volume, and his volume's got a treble bleed on it. So his muffled humbuckers or what have you, or his pickups, the volume stays clean. But there, you notice you don't need a treble bleed on your volume. You just roll down the volume, and it's giving you like almost like the perfect plexi sound. And you don't have to switch channel. You just play with your volume, basically.
That's for the players who use the volume control. I'm not the one, but I have volume pedal. For me, volume control is either on or off.
Yeah, well.
So
for me, it's sad because that brings out the dynamics in the guitar when you're playing as well. And I've been experimenting with that. And as I said, it's my favorite. And your favorite one? Desert Island pedal.
My Desert Island pedal would be the Angry Charly because it's the most versatile of them. As we found out, you basically have like 4 channels. You could basically tell in one pedal, in one normal sized pedal actually. But I also have to say for the Diezel, I did like that one. It had that ballsiness of a big tube head actually. So that's what I liked as well. So for me, the Diezel was the most ampy sounding one. So that was also very good. So Angry Charly, #1, and the Diezel #2. Rev for me #3. And the Friedman #4, and the Hybrid Fuzz I'll leave it out a little bit because it's a different type of pedal.
But it still musters. It still holds its own basically.
Absolutely.
That's just for me. It's the most. I wouldn't say it is very versatile. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but I could easily do a furnace gig just with that Hybrid Fuzz into a clean amp. I wouldn't have a problem whatsoever with it.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know who Furnace is the band, is the metal, the thrash slash death metal. Well, it's the metal band basically that I play on.
It's not really death metal, right?
Well, it is.
Are you deathy?
Well, deathy.
Okay. No, it's good.
Guys, it's definitely not a pop band, so just to put that forward. Yeah, guys, it's the favorite pedals. So all you really need is good clean power, high standard cables, and you're good to go. You're really good to go.
Yeah. So for Furnace, I'll leave you a link in the description. That's Crimson Le Diable's band. So check it out, guys. As we said already, for the choice in the end, the choice is yours, and I assume you're still going to view a few more reviews on other YouTube channels as well. You should. And this little comparison that we did here, I hope it helps you along the way to find your own pedal of choice when it comes down to distortion, overdrive or preamp. And wish you all the best with it. Have fun once you get your favorite pedal. Don't forget to rock out and play, and Crimson and me, we say for now, so long.
So long.